Hello everybody, welcome back to Scrappy Adam and welcome to day 24 of Follow a Sketch February, the series from Sandy at Scrapping Reflections and State Goddess here on YouTube. Today we are onto this sketch down here, which is from a cherry on top. Please do check out the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group where you will find all details of the sketch creators, and you will also find a ton of inspiration for each of the day's sketches. So we have two photos which show as being 3 by 4.5 and 3 by 2.25. I have got different photo sizes, but I am using two photos. We have lots of patterned layers in circles, squares, strips, and some florals going on. Does look like there is stitched elements in this sketch, which, surprise, surprise, I won't be doing. But we'll see how we get on. So I have pulled out my two floral die cut drawers, just in case we need to dive into there for a couple of extra. And this is what we have in today's page kit. First up we have this cut file, which was just a plain floral cut file, which I have literally just used my blending brushes. I've not put any extra ink on, and I've just coloured it in sort of pink and purple and green, just to give it a little bit of colour. Love the way that turned out, especially as I added no other ink. These are the photos that I am scrapbooking. It's Mayflower 1620 and the Steps, which is in Plymouth in the UK. And then we have a bunch of paper and embellishments. So we have some floral stickers from various collections. We have a load of the hearts from Vicky Boot and Sweet Rush. We have a couple of Maggie Holmes embellishments, including a chipboard flower and a chipboard wordy piece that says remember. And then for my title, it's 1620 in, they are the American Crafts root beer thickers, which are one of my favourites. And then this is the paper that we have. So I have already cut some of this already. So we have this, which I've clearly used to cut out some of these Santas. And we have a flippy flappy here. I am going to use it, and we're just going to sort of tape that together. For my background, we have got this mixed media paper from Vicky Booten. It's pre-made mixed media, and then we've got a load of patterns. We've got some circles in various sizes and a couple of them. So that's what we've got. Let's see what we can do. So I'm going to follow the sketch pretty closely, to be honest. I'm not going to do any stitching, which comes as no surprise. I would love to be able to, I just can't stitch on a layout. I can't stitch full stop. And then just here, I'm just going to put some tape over it like so. So yeah, I would love to be able to stitch on a layout, but I just can't. Maybe I need to invest a little bit of time and teach myself that, but right now we're not going to do that. I've just realised that I need to just cut a bit of this paper off, just to cover where I have taped down here. So let's just put a bit of that paper over there just to cover that bit. And then this is our background, so I need to decide which way we want this to go, and I'm thinking this way. Maybe this. Maybe this way. Oh, I don't know now. This way. Okay, and then for our patterned paper, so the sketch has these sort of going something like this. I am going to stick to the sketch reasonably well, reasonably close rather, but I will probably put my own spin on it as we do. So I'm thinking something like this maybe, and then we've got our photos which are going to come something like that. I am going to cut this one down a little bit. So let's cut this one to... I just want to make sure that the Mayflower is obviously still in it. So I'm going to cut it to 4 by... maybe 4 by 3. Yeah. So that is 4 by 3. And this one I'm going to cut a little bit off. Not much, but just a little bit. So it is 3 by... let's have a look. Maybe 3 by 4. So we've got 2 3 by 4s, and we've just got 1 landscape, 1 portrait. So slightly different to the sketch, but not much. And then I am going to place these sort of at a bit of an angle like that. Then I thought our cut file can come sort of here behind our photo, and then a few little bits and bobs, and call it done. Okay, so let's start sticking some of this down. I'm going to start by sticking our circle navy, which is a Chamel paper, and is one of my favourite papers, it has to be said. I just love the navy in it. Then we've got this scalloped with the fish on the back. I think this is Bella Boulevard, I'm not sure. It looks like a Bella Boulevard to me. We're going to pop that there. I do apologise if you can hear scratching in the background. It's just Pippin having a little moment, as he does. And now he's got into his bed and he's giving me a dirty look because I'm not giving him attention. But anyway, and then we've got this strip, which is a Page Evans Splendid paper. And then this is actually a Disney paper, but you wouldn't know. That is going to go about here. So that is our paper layers, which looks quite random at the moment, but once we've got bits and bobs on, I think it's going to work. I think this needs to come over slightly and up slightly. I'm actually going to bring it up just so that we can see that this is a circle, so you can see that it comes round. Does that make sense? And then next up I'm going to place this on. So to do that I'm just going to use some Nouveau adhesive and pop some in various places. I'm not going to fill it up with glue, just enough to make sure it sticks to our page. So at various key points, I do want it to stick up a bit and have that texture and dimension. So let's just pop some adhesive around here. Sorry you cannot see me do this, but almost done. Just popping a bit more there. Okay, that should do us nicely. Why do I always get glue all over me? Anybody else like that? Or is it just me that's messy? So I'm going to pop this sort of at an angle going up our layout like so. And the idea is that it's just going to blend into the background a little bit. So it's not meant to stand out massively, which is why I love the result of the ink that I placed on there with the blending brushes. I think it came out quite good actually, especially because I didn't actually put any more ink on it, which is always good. So now let's get our photos on. Now, as I said, we're not going to do the stitching that is in the sketch. That's okay. But I do want to see, thinking something like that for the photos. I don't think I am going to mat the photos either, I don't think we need it. So let's just get some tape on here. I'm going to start by placing our portrait photo, which is going to go slightly under this leaf part of the cut file. And then our landscape photo, if I could just place this photo straight, that would be a good start. And then this landscape photo, we're going to go slightly over our photo, like so. So then that is our photos placed, which is quite close to the sketch actually. And I love that the cut file isn't all stuck down, so some of it is sticking up and some of it is creating that texture on our layout. Don't know if you can see that, but I love that. Let me just refocus that for you with me messing about. So let's see what embellishments we need. So looking at the sketch, we have some florals, cluster, whatever you want to put here and here. And then we have some sort of banner going here and here. I quite like the idea of that banner. I'm not sure what we would use for that. We have our title at the top and then it looks like the stitching, which obviously we're not going to use. So I'm going to start by placing our title, which as I said is a very simple number. So it's just copying the numbers in the photo, 1620. If you don't know the story of Mayflower and the Mayflower Steps, then do give it a Google. It's quite interesting. Okay, and it was lovely to see that bit of history. It's not something that I had really known much about, as in the whole story and that, so it was a great day out when we were down south. And then I've just added this chipboard piece which says remember, so the title becomes Remember 1620. Then in terms of our embellishments, so rather than having a banner, I thought we could do something with the hearts maybe. So these are the Sweet Rush hearts that have 3D stitched. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create ourselves a little banner, or rather just a line of hearts. So it gives the same sort of effect as the banner in the sketch, but we just used our embellishments instead. So we've got those there. Don't think we're going to get another one on. No, so that's fine. We have this big chipboard floral, which is from Maggie Holmes. Don't particularly like it, but I thought it worked well with what we've got on the layout. So I am going to add it down here. And that ties in our greens and teals. It brings it all together, brings the green from there and brings us some yellow as well. Then we have a camera, 2 hearts and florals left, and of course if I need any more florals I can dive into my newly organised embellishment drawers, which I've just seen. Blooming heck, that's big. I've just seen this one which could have worked, but maybe not. So let's see about adding a few more of these florals. So I'm going to add a little cluster up here. Just there. And then on top of that I am going to add one of these little hearts, just to sort of bring that area together nicely. So we've got that going on up there, and then I feel like we need something down here. So I'm going to use these flowers. I'm not sure where these are from. I want to say they're a Simple Stories floral, but I don't know. I could well have made that up. So we're just going to layer up some of these down here. Probably don't need them all, but we've got them, so I'm going to use them there. And then pop that one up there. Let's bring this final heart. I've used about 6 packs of these hearts. I have to say it's one of my favourite products from Sweet Rush, and I still have a couple of packs of them left, thankfully. And then I think we'll bring this camera down here, get rid of those wax paper strips. I think that's probably it, to be honest. I don't think we need any more flowers. I will add some journaling down here. What I might actually do is type it, print it, and cut it into strips. I'm not going to add stitching, as we already know. I like the way this cut file sort of blends into the background. It doesn't stand out too much. It's, yeah, I think I like it. It's a bit, it's not my favourite layout, but I think it works. I think it works. So that is it, really, guys. That is day 24 of Follow a Sketch February. Super excited to have got that one done. And now we are moving on to our last page. We are on to the last 5 sketches for Follow a Sketch February. So I will be back tomorrow with day 25. And we have some more photos from Plymouth being documented. Don't forget to check out the playlist, Facebook group, and Scrapping Reflections shop, all of which are linked down below. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe, like, comment. I really, really appreciate it. It really helps YouTube creators a lot. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a fabulous day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.